What do you make of all of this? What is likely to be the response on Capitol Hill to this breaking news?
Good to be with you. See, I told you so. They're all like that. So the next time any of us complain about anything Trump does, this pardon is just deflating. For those of us who have been out there for a few years now yelling about what a unique threat Donald Trump is, for Joe Biden to do something like this, Trump, nobody's above the law, we've been screaming. Well, Joe Biden just made clear his son Hunter is above the law. Donald Trump lies every time he opens his mouth, we've been screaming. Joe Biden repeatedly lied about this. The politicization of the justice system, Donald Trump and his people have been screaming. Well, that's exactly what Biden said here. It's just deflating.
In a shocking move that has surprised absolutely no one, Joe Biden has gone ahead and pardoned his son Hunter for all crimes he may or may not have committed, dating all the way back to 2014. And of course, this all goes to expose not only the two-tier justice system that we've been facing in this country, but also the simple fact that the Democrat brand has been damaged, hopefully for years to come. But before we move on, I do want to point out that, yes, here's Joe Biden's famous tweet: "No one is above the law," of course referencing Donald Trump and all the lawfare brought against him. However, with X being what it is in the modern day, you have this lovely community note added. By pardoning his son Hunter, not merely for a single crime, but for all actual or potential crimes he may or may not have committed over an 11-year period, Joe Biden has made clear that some people are in fact above the law, which of course means everything we've been saying this whole time is completely true. Donald Trump was targeted because he was the main political rival of Joe Biden and the Democrats. But what we want to talk about here today, of course, is the simple fact that yes, Democrats have exposed themselves for being complete hypocrites on a myriad of topics. But before we get to these clips, please like and comment on this video so we can break through the algorithms. Here we go.
I mean, we need a rebrand. I think you and I have been talking about this since 2016. Like, our brand is toxic in so many places, and it's like, you're a Democrat? Like, that's the stuff we get, like, in Ohio. And so we need a complete reboot. We need a complete reboot with the DNC. We need a complete rebranding. We got to get back established into our values. What does it mean to be a Democrat? People want to trust us. They don't want to go to Donald Trump. I'm telling you, the middle of the road, people are like holding their nose to vote for him, but we did not give them enough, like, we're reindustrializing, we're talking about American competitiveness. We're moderate on things like natural gas in Western PA, which ended up being a big issue that we can't even be for natural gas displacing coal. We're in a huge fight with the crypto industry. Like, what are we doing? Why would we be in a fight with the crypto industry right now? We've got to get back to the bread and butter policies of we are the party of the middle class. White, black, brown, gay, straight, man, woman, north, south. If you're a working class person, the Democratic Party is for you. And here's how we're going to build that future. But we have to lead with the economy. We have to lead with growth. The other thing that I think is really big, we can't be for solely redistribution. We're going to tax the bad guys who are rich, which we want people to aspire to make money in America. We're going to tax them because they're really bad people, and we're going to give you money. No, it's about growing the pie. It's getting back to, you want to look at it's the Bill Clinton campaign. It is the modern Democratic campaign. Look at the touchstone, reinventing government. Like, we let Elon Musk and Vivek take on reinventing government. The whole world knows that the American government is broken. Immigration's broken, healthcare's broken, education's broken. Every system that we have is broken. We had no reinventing government plan.
The resistance is going to have trouble raising money. These fundraisers are burnt. They're really pissed now. And the damage that the 2024 campaign has done, the damage that this decade has done to the Democratic brand is almost unfathomable. I would say the policy number one is we're going to audit everything. We're going to audit the campaign. We're going to audit Future Forward. We're going to audit the DNC. So people can know. But I'm telling you, without complete transparency, the campaign, we think, raised $1.5 billion. Okay. We know that Future Forward, the last we saw was 900 million, so we can assume that they got to $1 billion before election. That's $2.5 billion. Do you have any idea where that money went? Does anybody have any idea where that money went?
So as I've been saying for months on this channel, the new mascot of the Democrat Party is, of course, the illegal immigrant. And of course, their backing of all the DEI initiatives has driven away your average, normal, everyday working American from the Democrat Party, okay? They don't know what they stand for anymore. Wide open borders, freeing criminals, none of it makes sense. And people are running away from the Democrat Party as fast as they possibly can to the clear alternative, the Republican Party, the party that is actually now inclusive and for free speech. That is what we've rebranded ourselves as, not to mention the friend of the working class, okay? But something interesting that James Carville says right there. Yeah, where did all the money go? There needs to be a complete audit of the Harris campaign. Not that I particularly care, because we all know exactly where the money went. It went to Oprah. It went to Sharpton. It went to Megan Thee Stallion. They spent money willy-nilly because that is what Democrats and government always does. When the money is just given to you, there is no value for it. You're just going to spend and spend and spend until it's all gone. And that's exactly what happened with the Harris campaign. And a lot of donors, as is rightly pointed out there, are going to be pissed. Where did my money go? What did it do? It bought some friendly interview over on Spotify. That's where my money went. Good job, Kamala Harris. So yes, hopefully a lot of these big Democrat donors are saying, no, I'm done with you. You've wasted my money and I don't believe in your vision any longer, which of course is great to see. But then what do the Democrats have left to run on? Basically just lies and fear mongering.
This does raise a lot of questions about what Elon Musk's role will be in this incoming administration. I mean, just this week, he has been targeting federal employees on X. He has been going after people like Colonel Alexander Vindman, accusing him of treason the other day on X. And he's been given this very big platform with the government. According to Donald Trump, he's going to be finding areas to cut in the federal government. What do you make of this relationship right now?
It's all really creepy, but money talks, and it's clear that Elon Musk has a motive here. He sees by cozying up to Donald Trump, he's going to have influence in ways that he's never had before, not just being he's had a lot of influence being the richest man in the world, but this is a whole different thing. He's literally taking on the role of, favorite son, first lady, and shadow president. This is scary stuff for people. And Elon Musk has no business having a security clearance, all of these government contracts, and now this level of influence with the president of the United States. It's all dysfunctional. These guys are going through this like group trauma therapy session with each other. And the fact that Elon Musk is the guest that won't leave, and that Donald Trump continues to give him this role, it speaks volumes. Why wasn't Elon Musk with his own family? Where is that? This is his new family now. This is his new project, because he's so emotionally stunted that this is making him feel relevant. And the fact that as a country and in the world, geopolitics are going to be influenced by this guy going through whatever psychosis, processing he's going through, should scare the hell out of everybody, because this is not just in the but they're influencing and trying to target people also in other countries. This is not just here in the U.S. with this intimidation factor. So the tentacles of this are really, really long. We should keep paying attention to it. I'm glad that we are now.
If there is one thing that has been made crystal clear in this campaign, it is Elon Musk's role. He's going to go in and try to figure out what the waste is in government and recommend what programs, jobs, etc. to cut. That's his mandate. That's basically it. And everyone knows it, except for over there on CNN, apparently, right? He's the shadow president. He's going to be the first lady. He's the vice president as well. What the heck are they smoking? Trump has been putting out all of his picks already. Everyone coming out with their specific roles and jobs, and all of that will hopefully be approved by the Congress, but we'll see. So there's no point in fear-mongering over Elon Musk having undue influence over the president, at least more influence than, say, Oprah would have over Kamala Harris. This whole narrative they're trying to spin is laughable. But then again, as I mentioned, all the Democrats have is lies and fear-mongering, right? They have to make people afraid in order to vote for them, because the Republican Party is the enemy and must be stopped at all costs. Never mind, of course, past history.
That Donald Trump intends to nominate Kash Patel to be the FBI director, which of course implies that he's going to fire the sitting FBI director, Christopher Wray. What is your reaction? What are the implications?
Well, Christopher Wray, of course, is a Republican, appointed by a Republican, as he has said, but apparently has demonstrated too much the independence and objectivity in the job for Donald Trump, who wants much more of a personal loyalist in the position, and that's why he's gone to Kash Patel.
Do you think there are any issues inside the FBI around politicization, as many who voted for Donald Trump seem to say?
Well, undoubtedly, if you look at it historically, for example, during the COINTELPRO period, the FBI really was weaponized against Dr. King and the civil rights movement and the peace movement. There was, decades of the FBI being basically used as a political instrument. There's an interesting book about that, about J. Edgar Hoover by Beverly Gage, and people can look at. And so I haven't seen what the proof is that the FBI has been weaponized against a political party or the Department of Justice. Of course, this Department of Justice has brought charges against a Democratic U.S. Senator in New Jersey, a Democratic congressman in Texas. And so some people just seem to think that it should go only in one direction. And if it doesn't, then somehow it's politicized. And I think that's what they mean when they talk about politicization in the deep state. The deep state, nobody's ever defined it. Apparently, it just means anybody who doesn't do the will of Donald Trump.
So there, of course, is Jamie Raskin, the man who's basically second to none only in Adam Schiff with his lies about Donald Trump being a threat to democracy, right, and trying to overthrow our government, okay? But here he is basically saying that, yes, there's no evidence that, of course, the Republicans were targeted by the DOJ or the FBI, right? There's no evidence of that, despite having just cited a clear example of the FBI being weaponized in the past. But, of course, let's not forget the simple fact that, yes, Merrick Garland actually came out and said, yes, many parents who are supposedly making threats to school board members can be treated as domestic terrorists. And never forget also that, yes, Catholics were also targeted by the FBI as being extremists. So this, of course, is what we're facing from the weaponized Department of Justice and the FBI. And also, don't forget that Donald Trump was cited by the FBI for classified documents. Documents, by definition, he's allowed to have and declassify whenever he wants as president, whereas Joe Biden, all of the charges against him were passed upon, even though he had all of his documents from his vice presidential days when he had no right to declassify and no right to have access to them whatsoever. So yeah, there's no double standard and weaponization of the FBI towards Donald Trump or the Republicans. Clearly no evidence. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay safe out there, people, because they're coming after you.